Hey guys, we're back. We're working on a 2006 Ford Explorer today. We are changing out the belt drive system on this just due to age and wear, I guess. So what we're going to be putting in is we're going to everything just back up there from Continental there. Just kind of comes with everything in one package. We're going to be replacing, let's kind of get you up here. We're going to be replacing our idler wheel right here, the serpentine belt, and also the automatic belt tensioner down here. Now, we need a 13 millimeter for this, and I believe it's a 15 millimeter for this, and then just a 3/8 inch drive socket for the tensioner down here. So there's a place you can just stick it right here on the end so you can bend it out of the way against the force of the spring so we can get the new belt on. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, I think I got you guys balanced there pretty good. We'll see how this works out. We're gonna get down here. We're gonna get a ratchet. There we go. Right to the end of the tensioner. We're going to pull, and you're falling. There we go. We're going to pull. Just slide the belt off the alternator there. There we go. So we got the belt loose. We got the tensioner just down here. It's okay that the belt's loose because we're going to be replacing it anyway. So we're going to just get our little 13 millimeter on there. Jeez. Can't break anything loose today. Okay, the old one pulled out. Now we will need to reuse the bolt on it. So there's only one bolt that holds it on. There is an alignment pin right here. You want to make sure that alignment pin's in the hole before you crank it down. So we get the bolt started here just by hand. Oh, goodness. Apparently didn't get started by hand. Okay, so we got it started by hand. So if I pull it out, you can see it just swings freely. So put it in there. Just get it locked in that alignment pin there. Let's put the bolt back into place. I like the one bolt jobs. There we go. As I get it with my hand, get our socket with our 13 down there. Just get snug it down. Now that's done. Now for our idler pulley, this one should be even simpler than the automatic tensioner. So it is a 15 millimeter Go right in here. Let's make sure the ratchet going the right way. Break that loose. Maybe. Every now and then you get a cheater bar. There we go. That taken off by hand. Now my belt, the reason I'm replacing all this, my belt had a little bit of wear on it. Not a ton, but to me this is cheap insurance. And just ordering this kit wasn't much more than just buying the belt at the auto parts store. So I haven't got the kit. Oh, come on. There we go. Pull it off. There's the old one. It does have a retainer washer here on the back and a washer here on the front that I believe we will need to reuse. So you see here on the bolt, the washer has a nice bowl shape to it, and there's a spacer in here that goes inside the bearing, and then this is the retainer on the back. So just want to make sure we reuse those. Just want to compare parts, make sure they're similar. Yeah, the pulley's a little bit different shaped, but it's the same diameter and same width, so that's always important. Okay, so to get this back on, so this has little tabs on it, the thread. So I'm just gonna leave it out a little bit because just to get it off for clearance issues right here, you might need to pull the bolt out a little bit.
Daddy.
Yes, buddy.
My helmet.
Okay, so we'll get that started here. You should just be able to take it almost all the way down by hand. Here's where if you have one of those little battery-powered ratchets or something, it comes in real handy. Tighten it down, good and snug. Remember how snug the last one was, so be okay with that. Got that on there. Nice and smooth. We have the new tensioner. Now it's just time to get the belt put on. So to do the belt, you always want to make sure you have the diagram here. Now we are 4 liter, so that's our diagram. Goes up, around, under. So if you don't have the belt diagram on yours, make sure to kind of copy it down, trace it on a piece of paper so you know the routing of the belt. And this is the new belt that's going in. What is that? Continental 4060860. No clue what that means. Go that way. on the AC compressor. Flywheel. Okay, goes around the water pump. Groove side down on the crank. Underneath this pulley. Up on here. And then comes the fun part, getting that tensioner cranked back enough to let's see here. To get the belt over it. I'm just going to use a cheater wrench on this guy. Just to kind of help get it around. Almost have the belt on. Felt the click. Well, there's no click. I just slipped it on. So what we've done effectively today, we got the idler pulley replaced. Got the automatic belt tensioner down here replaced. And we got a new belt put on. Now, before we start it up, we want to make sure for proper belt routing and make sure everything is kind of seated where they're respectively supposed to be seated. I'm just feeling around and some visual here. See down there that, like, just between that hook, you can see the crank. So we got it on the AC compressor. Okay, you can see better down here. We got on the cam. It's on our idler wheel, alternator. It's around our water pump. And just below the light horrible, you can see it, it's on the crank. So, with all said and done, let's give it a start up and make sure everything is okay. As you can see, the belt is tracking the way it needs to be tracking. Nice and quiet. There's no jumping in our tensioner. Smooth, quiet. It's doing everything we need it to do. And with that, guys, that's how we replace our auto tensioner, our idler wheel, and serpentine belt on a 2006 Ford Explorer with the 4-liter V6 in it. This is the single overhead cam version. So if you guys like what you saw here, give us that thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and we will see you next time.